recap: Kandi grills Cynthias' new man. Porsha nearly walks out on her blind date. It was a NeNe-less episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta this week, but that doesn't mean there wasn't any drama. The other ladies certainly held their own. First, Cynthia and Peter reunited to discuss business moves in Atlanta. Even though they're now divorced, she still owns 25% of a club he's building, so she wanted to make sure construction was moving forward in a timely manner. She may have even flirted with him a little bit. She literally asked how long he'd be staying in town because she wanted to try to exchange more ownership for sex. But since she's now dating Will, we're going to assume she was joking. And speaking of Will, Cynthia later met up with him for a boat date. It didn't go so well, though, because Kandi and Todd tagged along, and they grilled Will and tried to find out if he's just using Cynthia. He previously appeared on 2 dating sites, so we can understand why she'd be skeptical. But fortunately for Cynthia, they realized he's a nice guy. They just said it's going to take them some time to get over her marriage to Peter and accept a new man in her life. Meanwhile, Porsha is also looking for love, so she hired a team of matchmakers to set her up on some blind dates. She told them she's down with the swirl, so she'd be more than fine meeting eligible white bachelors. In fact, she said being a vegan has made her more horny and she has been fantasizing about eggplants and cucumbers, so she was really hoping these matchmakers would set her up with her future husband. Sadly, they did not. They set Porsha up with a man named Patrick. They told her to look for a man in jeans, which was the first disappointment of the night. The second came when Porsha walked into the restaurant and saw who she was meeting. She even turned around and nearly left before feeling bad and actually introducing herself to Patrick. They exchanged small talk, but Porsha quickly came up with an excuse to leave and said she had to head home to her mom after 30 minutes. We think it's safe to say there won't be a second date. Finally, when Cherie received an unexpected phone call from Tyrone while she was meeting with her life coach, so she was forced to tell him all about her lover. He seemed happy for her, but of course, he asked if she really had feelings for Tyrone or if it was just some sort of fantasy. Cherie said she's looking forward to when they can be together, after Tyrone gets out of jail, which will either be at the end of the year or 4 years later. Hollywood lifers, what did you think of this week's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta? Tell us below.